So again, this is the general area of rotation, the green next to red, green winds blowing that way, red winds blowing that way. If you put a glass between your hands and then you move your hands in opposite directions, what does it do? It spins. That's exactly what we're seeing on radar here. Now, sometimes this rotation is a little bit higher in the sky. It's not necessarily at the ground level, but it could be. So we don't have confirmation of that, so we just have to assume that it is, so you exercise the most caution when you're in this situation. So again, tornado warning for Mifflin and Juniata County continuing through 9:15 p.m. And we're looking at, again, this storm moving to the southeast at about 30 miles an hour. So also, besides a tornado warning, this same area is also under severe thunderstorm warning. So if it's not producing a tornado, it could be producing winds in excess of 60 miles an hour. So let's zoom out here, show you the big picture. So down here is Harrisburg, Dillsburg, Elizabethtown. So this storm has yet to move through most of the viewing area. So it's not really showing any signs of weakening necessarily. I can also show you that this storm is producing quite a bit of lightning. That is a sign that we have a strengthening storm. So I've turned on the lightning. It'll take a little bit to load, but
what is the, I'm here with you now, here with Ed. What is the recipe for a tornado? How does it really form?
So tornadoes typically like to form near fronts where you have winds blowing in different directions. And when you get winds blowing in different directions, you get something called spinning. In meteorology, we call that wind shear. It either could be, winds in different directions blowing different ways as you go up. You could have something called speed shear where you have winds of different speeds blowing in the same direction, but they're blowing at different speeds as you go higher in the atmosphere. So anytime you have that set up, which we had today, that's why we put in place the weather warn day today, you have spinning in the atmosphere. And if you get a thunderstorm that intersects that spinning, you can get a situation like this where you can get a thunderstorm that starts to rotate. And right where you see that little hook on the southwest side of the storm, that's a sign that we do have a rotating storm as well. Jasmine, do you have any, have you gotten any?
Yes, a lot of people say, why do you have to stay on the air so long when you have a tornado a warning? But it's a real hazard.
Right, it is a hazard. Obviously Central PA is a big viewing area, but
right.
When you're talking about a tornado, we're talking about an imminent threat to life and property. And tornadoes can produce some very, very intense winds. So it's just, that's our job, to just be on here to warn you and to kind of go along with the warnings and try to get that information to you, because a lot of what I'm seeing right now, I'm also seeing for the first time. So we're breaking this warning down with you, trying to get you the best information to keep yourself and your family safe.
How fast do they move? What other counties could possibly be affected?
Well,
any?
Yeah, so right now it's mainly southern parts of Juniata and a good chunk of Perry County. And this storm's moving to the southeast at 30 miles an hour. So if this rotation holds together, Cumberland County, eastern Cumberland County, even, down the road, maybe Harrisburg is going to have to watch for this. Now, the entire area is under a tornado watch. The entire area is not under a tornado warning. There's a big difference. So a tornado warning means that there is strong indications that a tornado is developing, radar is indicating one, or we are seeing where one has been reported on the ground by law enforcement. So it's just the kind of thing where we're kind of at that next step towards at some level of imminent danger here when we have a tornado warning, because that may be a sign that one is already in progress. So I want to show you velocity mode. We're going to get back to that house safety. Yeah, right here it is. This is a great example showing you where to go in a home. And I think we have an example for an apartment building too, and Jason's our director, if he can pull that up too. So this is one we haven't shown yet. So if you live in an apartment building, you may not live on the bottom floor. So the best thing you want to do here is get to the bottom floors if you can, and find a place like maybe under a stairwell that's away from the exterior wall. Now, if you're for future reference, this is a good opportunity, for next time to get to know your first floor neighbors. You want to make sure that you have a place to go when you are in an apartment building. And many apartment buildings are sturdy, but the advice is the same. Interior room, lowest floor of your home, just get to the lowest part of the structure that you're in. So we're going to go back to velocity mode again, back to max 1, and we'll show you where this rotation that we're seeing is. It's not as impressive as what I was seeing earlier. I hate to say that because it